Hey everybody, welcome to the Sharp Tongue Podcast. I'm your girl Jessimae Peluso, coming to you hot and ready from upstate New York. That's right, I am back in the guest room of my sister's home. We are about to go stuff our faces at a local restaurant that I haven't enjoyed in some time. It's been a hot minute since I've been there, Lemongrass, and we're here for a couple days. I'm excited to be home and soak up some of the love for my niece and nephew. We've already done a fashion show. We've ran outside and got dirty in the mud. I've consumed edibles. I'm just really being the best aunt that I can be. Edibles and mud, does it get better than that? You ask me. You ask you. Are you doing the most? I love you guys so much. Thanks for listening to the podcast. This one is a fun one. Before we get into it, check out that YouTube page. Click like and subscribe, youtube.com/Jessimae Peluso. And then don't forget the fan page, y'all. Don't neglect the fan page. You got to go to patreon.com/Jessimae Peluso. And we're posting exclusive content to our Patreon page now. And I'm pumped and excited and appreciate everyone's freaking love and support. I love it. 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 And shout out to everybody who came out to the shows this past weekend in Kansas City. We had so much fun. I was there with Cody Woods, who featured for me. We had a blast. And we were at the Comedy Club KC. Shout out to the Comedy Club of KC and Dustin and everybody, the whole staff there. They were amazing. If you're in the area, I was in Leawood, Kansas. Or Leawood, Missouri. We were just on the line. Really toting the line of Missouri and Kansas. The club is in Kansas. We stayed in Missouri, and it was just such a delightful time. So delightful. So if you're near the area, check out the Comedy Club. Highly recommend it. Highly, highly recommend it. We had such a good time. So thank you for everybody who came out to those shows. And the next time you can see me live is 420, baby. That's right. I'm doing a 420 show in Palm Beach at the Palm Beach Improv. One show, one night. You've got one opportunity. Don't mess it up. Show up. We're going to have a great time. I'm probably going to be hotboxing in the parking lot. We're going to be celebrating together. That's 420. April 20th. I believe the show's at 8 p.m. at the Palm Beach Improv. Check your girl out. We're going to have a blast. Where else am I going to be? Oh, with Carly. Carly and I are going to be in Atlanta at the City Winery. And we're also going to be in Nashville at Zany's. That is the 9th and 10th of April. So you can see me solo dolo the 20th of 4. And then you can see me with Carly the weekend before that. April 9th, we're going to be at the City Winery in Atlanta. And then on Palm Sunday, you can check us in Nashville at Zany's. And all those dates are available at jessimae.com. Come out and have a grand old time. Have a wonderful, wonderful time. Speaking of having a wonderful time, welcome back Dipsy to the podcast. They are here as our sponsors this week. Thank you so much. And I know you guys are looking to heat things up. When aren't we looking to heat things up? And with Dipsy, if you're looking to heat things up, there's a story waiting for you. Oh, God. There really is. And Dipsy is an app full of sexy audio stories. And now they even have brand new written stories. I know it sounds kind of different to listen to a sexy story or to read a sexy story, but let me tell you, as somebody who has read these books, and when I was younger, I used to steal my mom's, romantic novels, we'll call them. And there's something about the brain that really paints a picture. That's all I'm saying. You get into Dipsy and your brain turns into a very horny Bob Ross, and the rest is history. And no matter who you are, what you're into, or what turns you on, Dipsy helps bring the stories to life anytime, anywhere. You might want to be careful of the anytime, anywhere. If you're commuting on the bus or the train, just make sure you can hide your arousal. Please don't have your arousal on full display in public. You guys can just close your eyes and let yourself get lost in a world where only good things happen, and we need that. And where pleasure is your only priority. Explore your fantasies in a safe, shame-free way. That's the main thing. No shame in your game, bitch. Read a sexy story. It's not weird. It's weirder for you not to indulge for yourself. And there are hundreds of stories to choose from. And they release new content every week. And they have writers working on this, y'all. They have like actual writers writing these stories for you. And they also have wellness sessions to help you wind down and explore, and sleep sessions to help you drift off. The app is so dope. And for the listeners of the show, Dipsea is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipseastories.com/sharp. Yeah. Well, the slapping will become in your brain when you think about your fantasies. That's dipseastories.com/sharp. DIPSEA stories.com/SHARP. And that's a 30 days of full access for free when you go to DIPSEA stories.com/sharp. That's SHARP. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, Dipsea. And go ahead, y'all, indulge in yourself. And speaking of indulging in yourself, this week's guest is the one, the only, the very indulgent comedian, actor, and all-around fuckboy, Mr. Matt Rife. Sharp Tongue Podcast. Beep, 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 beep. You're listening to the Sharp Tongue Podcast. I'm your host, Jessimae Peluso. It's a personal look. Well, it's not really a look because it's a podcast. I'm already fucking this up. This is kind of like a verbal comedy diary, a deep look into the crevices of my mind. It's gonna get dirty. You might cry. You'll probably laugh. Hopefully you'll laugh. The whole point is for you to laugh, but you also might cry. I talk about my family. I talk about farts. I talk about love, loss, comedy, how hard it is to make it in this biz. I'm a fucking professional. Each week it's something different. Sometimes I have a guest host. Sometimes it's gonna be a movie companion episode. Sometimes I just ramble about the bullshit I dealt with the week before. You never know what you're gonna get. It's raw, uncut, and funny. It's me.
Oh, God, see, this is why I can't do a podcast. It's so technical. I can't do it.
Listen, that limiting belief system is your first problem.
Oh, okay, Mom. Jesus Christ.
Listen, don't say mom, because now we're going to get into a porno category that you're not going to be able to get yourself out of.
Oh, okay? No. That's not what I'm going to be at all.
I know. It literally is your category.
How are you?
Hold on, let's see. I'm doing good. Wait, let me adjust this. There we go. Now I don't look like I'm completely on fire. You feel good?
I mean, I'm tired.
You feel ready to start?
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Okay. What's up, Rife? Rife Knife?
What's up? How are you?
I try to stay away. I am well, first of all. How are you?
Surviving. Are we ever happy?
I'm just going to say, I feel like you have just the right amount of unhappiness to keep you going, but not too much to keep you down. I think it's a good balance.
Yeah, I think that's the secret to comedy, really. Like, you don't want to actually be a depressed piece of shit, but you got to have a little bit of it in you. If you're too happy, no one's going to like it. No one wants to hear about how happy you are.
Isn't it wild? Because it's so relatable, but nobody fucking wants to hear it.
So I was doing this new bit. I was dating a girl for the past few months.
Oh, gross.
I know, somebody's upset. But I was getting so much material from dating her. I had like 10 straight minutes just on quirky shit about her. But the whole bit was about, the way I was telling it was that I was so happy. And there's and the bit would do fine. It was fine. But it was very funny to me. So I was like, I wonder why this isn't working. So then we broke up and I changed everything to now past tense, and now I'm sad about it. Now it fucking crushes. It's like, oh, people don't want to laugh at somebody who's happy. They
don't. And I think because happiness doesn't need any help.
Well,
happiness on its own is there's no struggle in it, and it's not so complicated. And it's a flow state for most people. When you're happy, you're in a flow state and you're not really considering what your next move is. You're more present. But when it comes to the stuff that's relatable, like what you're talking about on stage, that's where people need the most help. That's where people either they go inward and they shut down, or they seek help. And maybe there's a middle zone. I wonder for you, when you get into those dark places, like we all do, what's your mode? Do you go inward and you do your own work? Do you get really dark, or do you reach out, or is it like a combo?
I've only reached out maybe 2 or 3 times ever. I'm definitely more inward, I'd say, but I'm also the type to like, I'll put on some sad fucking music and just just go for it. Like if I get as sad as possible right now, then everything else that I'll feel the hours or the days following won't feel as intensified.
That's funny. I do that too.
Do you really?
Yeah, I actually did it the other night. I was on shrooms, in my defense. Have you done shrooms?
Wrong twice. I did it wrong twice. I've tried it 2 times, and both times I was like, fuck, this isn't right, and I didn't have a great time.
Did you have like a bad trip, as they say?
No, the first time was just like I ate it in like a sandwich. But I didn't. I ate it at a sandwich.
It was a shiitake.
No. It was fucking peanut butter. It was not enough to cover the taste at all. And I went to do it playing laser tag like an adult male. And I was like, this will be great to kick in like the middle of the game. But as I was eating this sandwich, they were all spread out on the sandwich. And because it was a peanut butter sandwich, it took me like an hour to eat it off and on. So when it finally started to kick in, I just felt like nauseous. And I was like, guys, I just want to go home. I feel like I'm going to throw up. And then I get home.
You got to get where did you get this? Like you can't get your shrooms from underneath an overpass.
Now it definitely could have. This was just from like a guy. I think I asked somebody, do you know anybody who can get shrooms? They're like, I know a guy. And I was like, that all checks out. That's definitely the source I need. But I went home and everybody else went home. And then it started to kick in like really hard at like 1:30 in the morning when I'm by myself. I was going through a breakup and nobody was answering their phone because everyone had went home to go to bed. I'm just up in my living room having the worst fucking time.
Listening to Tracy Chapman.
Oh, yeah, singing my fucking heart out. Sad.
That's what I did the other night. I was coming off of I'm microdose, and I did a little extra than a microdose because I'm a very sensitive person to everything, and I don't need a lot to feel what I want to feel to have the experience I want to have. So I was coming home, and I wanted to be sad. I don't know if that makes sense. I wanted to access those emotions just to give them some space. Like they need a little time.
Right.
You got to give all your emotions the stage. Like each emotion is Beyonce. And you got to let her fucking sing the ballad.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
So I put on Shallow from A Star Is Born.
No. Oh, that's definitely in the recent playlist. Definitely. Oh.
And this is the most embarrassing part. I played it 4 times.
4 times in a row, you went, run it back. Click. Run it back. Click. Once more for the people. Back. Holy shit.
And one more for good measure.
Twice, but holy shit, 4 times just to cry.
This playlist brought to you by Shrooms. And to take the embarrassment one layer deeper, I had my phone up and I was singing the lyrics.
No, you were not.
I've talked about this like 3 times, and each time I laugh until I cry because it's so embarrassing.
That's to be like, let me make sure I'm sad on cue. Oh my God.
I felt better.
Have you ever? Oh God, this is embarrassing, especially if you've never. Have you ever been like, it's basically a breakup. Like you guys are having like a really bad conversation, or you're sad about something, and for some reason you like record yourself crying to see what you look like. You've never done. Never mind. Me neither. Never mind. When I was like,
I was going to take one for the team and say yes, but now that you say that, I'm going to add it to my sadness fuel for sure.
Oh, go for it. And then when you see it, you'll go, ew, I'm fucking disgusting.
Are you an ugly crier?
Oh, yeah, apparently. I mean, my eyes get real beautiful because I have green eyes, and then my eyes are all red around them. So it's like, it's kind of the best I've ever looked, but it's fucking
you're an
pathetic.
Ugly, modest crier. That's a new lane.
Absolutely. Yeah, no one's really cornered that market yet, so I'm kind of going for it. Hot sad boy summer. Let's go for it.
Oh my God, you are so funny. Wait, you just OnlyFans, your special is your most recent special that just came out 2 months ago. Was it 2 months ago already?
Yeah, like 2.5 months ago, late
Just
December.
about 2.5 months ago. And tell me about that process, because I was so inspired by you, because you did what is becoming a more common way of corralling your own career, which is you reached out to your fans. Mm-hmm. You did a Kickstarter per se and raised the funds and shot the special yourself, correct?
Yeah, it was.
So talk me through that. Like, what inspired that, and how was the process for you, and all of the things?
Okay, it was a fucking nightmare, man. It was terrible.
Okay. But next question.
No. In hindsight, it was great though. It was just, I was having one of those weeks where you're like, I should just quit comedy. Like, I'm not on the trajectory that I feel like I should be on. Everyone's getting everything that I want to be doing. Why won't anybody give me a special? Like, I feel like my material's fantastic. I've been doing it for, at that time, 10 years. I was like, I feel like I'm so ready for this, but nobody wants to give me a chance. And I was sitting on my friend's couch, and he was tired of hearing me complain about it. And he was like, why don't you just fucking shoot it yourself? He was like, he's like, I know friends of mine who are cameramen and soundmen and stuff. He was like, it's nothing extravagant, but if you just want to put something out there, then why not do it? And I was doing a solid hour on the road that I was tired of doing. It was good content, but I wanted to move past it. And I was just tired of waiting around for anybody to want to give me some kind of opportunity. So I was like, well, I'm willing to put my money up front. I'll put, 10 grand down if I have to. I mean, I don't have a lot of money, but I was like, I'll put it up to make something. But I was like, let's see if anybody wants to help out. And so I was like, I'll start a GoFundMe for let's say 15 grand. The fucking sky's the limit. Let's see what happens. Expecting to raise maybe a couple grand. And to my surprise, we raised 20 grand. And that money—
That's a testament to you, man. That's a testament to your fans.
I know. It was it's so
wild to have strangers believe in you more than you believe in you.
I know. But that was something that was so inspiring. I didn't know people wanted this from me as well. Wanted it just as much or more than I wanted it from myself, which was incredibly inspiring. And it made me want to be like, okay, I have to do this now. So that money, obviously, I was able to hire some really talented friends of mine and get the best possible equipment. We wanted to shoot it as if it was a Netflix special. The camera we got was the exact same quality. The sound team was great. And then, all the odds and ends stuff that goes into producing your own special. And then I was gonna have I won't bring up on here who it is, but I'll tell you offline.
Please do. Okay.
Because I just don't want it to be drama. There was a comedian friend of mine at the time who
I know who
begged me to be able to direct my special. When I told him I was gonna do it on my own, he was like, "You gotta let me direct it." And I was like, "Yeah, I'd fucking love for you to." And then and I even pushed back the filming by 3 months to give him more time, because he said he needed more time to get this done. And I was ready back in March, and he was like, push it to August and we'll be good to go. I was like, fucking okay, all right. And push it. And then basically over that whole 3-month process, he wasn't part of the process at all. Wasn't responding to text, support. Emails, no support, just no creative input at all. So now we're 7 days out from shooting the special, and I hit him up and I'm like, hey, what's the plan? What are we doing? Because at this point, I've already put the team together. I've already gone to the venue for the meeting you were supposed to be at to figure out camera angles and all this kind of stuff.
You've directed.
I was like, yeah, I've already directed the special. There's nothing left for you to do. And he just blew the fuck up and went off on me and started cussing at me. And I was like, dude, I'm a grown man. You're not going to talk to me like this. So, and then he was like, I don't want to direct your special anymore. And I was like, you already haven't been. So it's fine.
Yeah. You don't want to do the thing you didn't do.
Exactly.
How's that working out for your life?
Yeah. And this all happened 5 days out from shooting the special. So I was freaking out. I was like, is this going to go smoothly? Am I going to fuck everything up? Am I going to waste all these people's money and not make a good special? And I didn't have a lot of stage leading up. I only ran my hour twice. the past 2 months leading up to this to shooting it because I was filming a movie out of town, and
You only
so I
you
get
only got
back.
to run your special twice leading up to
Uh-huh.
recording.
Yeah,
That gives
I
me
mean, I
such
knew the material that I
anxiety.
wanted to do, but like I hadn't been on stage frequently at all.
Right.
So it was like we pieced this together, and I had like all my friends came together to help me with this. It was amazing, and yeah, I was literally doing like production shit until like 2 minutes before my friend like introduced me on stage to go perform. Like I had no time to think about my material or anything, which is why I was happy I did 3 tapings. I did one on a
Yes, you
Friday,
have to.
2 on Saturday. You had to. I was so nervous the first time because it's like you only get really this handful of shots, and if you don't get it, that's what you wasted your entire time and money on.
Yep.
So the first show
Did
was
you do
like,
the same outfit each night?
oh, of course, yeah,
Yeah.
same shirt, same pants, same shoes, all that shit. And we ended up using, I'd say 95% of the special is the last taping we did on the Saturday night. So we ended up
Sounds
having
about
like
right.
one really, really solid show. But it was so interesting. There was so much going into it. Like promotion was hard. Getting people to come out, because first and foremost, I just wanted people to come to the show. So I gave away a lot of free tickets. And that's also something that came back to bite me, is when you give people a lot of free tickets, they don't feel obligated to come. So like
that's like a marketing thing. It's people sometimes feel bad about charging money for their product, but that's the psychology, is that because the people didn't spend the money, they don't feel bad or any sort of necessary obligation to show up.
Exactly. Or when they do, or like at most comedy clubs, if it's a free ticket night or whatever, people don't really care about the comedy. They're more obnoxious because they didn't put out anything.
Yeah, they have no skin in the game.
Yeah.
Right.
So the first show, because it was the first taping and everyone was excited, that one was like completely sold out. We did like 150 people in this small room. It was great. However, I knew that wasn't the taping I wanted. So the Saturday shows came, and it was like 60 people per show. Like we had like cheated the camera angles to make it seem like it was more packed than it was. It was like I was so like A, embarrassed, and B, like, well, usually larger crowds are better. Usually.
Yeah, it's the energy. It's the energy level. It's the
energy. And if you're in a room and most of the room is empty, people don't want to laugh loud or whatever. But to my surprise, and this does happen quite often, the smaller crowds were so much fucking better. So like,
did they pay, or were those also? Did you ticket that room? Both those shows.
I think it was more paid people those times that actually showed up. But it was like, because I was panicking so much beforehand, being like, nobody's here. Like, there's not going to be any laughs in the audience. Like, it's not going to sound good if fucking 10 people are laughing. It allowed me to like swallow my pride and be like, you know what? This is just what it is. I'm fucked.
Yep.
Might as well just go out there and have a good show at least. Stop worrying about the taping and just have a good show, I guess. And that level of like, fuck it, allowed me to just be so much more comfortable. I wasn't thinking about the production side of it at all. I was like, let's just have a fun set. And I think that really translated.
You got to have a level of fuck it. Yeah. Because you had done, which most comedians, when they become successful, or to the point when they become successful, have done the things that you've done, which are put the team together. You've written the material. You've worked the material on the road. You've ideated what the concept for the special is going to be. You've reached out to your friends. You've coordinated. All these things that you're doing are all the hats it takes to put something together. So you've already done what takes a team of people to get done. And that's like back to my original point of the new way of corralling your career, which is realizing what you're capable of. And I'm in the same boat. I battle with those thoughts as well. I teeter on imposter syndrome less these days, but it's still something that is a conversation in my head. But it's really a testament to the truth that you have everything you need inside of you to get it done. But I think, and I wonder what you feel about this, I think the reality of it being everything you've ever dreamed of and it coming to fruition is fucking scary.
Oh, absolutely.
It's scary to achieve your dreams.
100%. When people started donating to this special, it was so nerve-wracking. I was like, oh my God, I have to do this now. And I have to make it the best possible version. But as you just mentioned, it's like, that's what, as soon as I was done with the last taping, I was so, I guess I'll say proud of myself. I was like, holy shit, like we did make this happen. And it made me realize, like, if there's a script that I'm writing or a pilot that I want to film or something like that, is it going to be hard? Yeah. Does it seem impossible? Absolutely. But if you really want to do it, you can find a way to do it. I mean, does money help? Absolutely. But I mean, maybe you have to sacrifice a little bit of quality for creative control on something that you want to do. There's always going to be something that's
a good point. You have to sacrifice. There's something that has to be sacrificed and compromised, and that can be hard. I think, I don't know about you, but I have a control, I like to have things in control all the time. And I think that's something you have to learn to be a little bit more flexible with, so that you can make those concessions. I
absolutely agree.
Are you anal retentive? You give me anal retentive vibes, just a little bit, where you care a lot and you want things to be checked off.
I thought you were asking if I liked like a finger in my ass. Like I wasn't sure exactly.
Well, that you read between the lines. And
what is that? What
off air.
What does it actually mean?
Anal retentive is like attentive to detail, and you want everything perfect all the time.
When it's my creativity, yes. I'm not to a point that it's like everyday OCD. Like I don't, like my bed's not made right now. I'm not freaking out. That must be
nice. That must be real nice. What's it like living in that free world?
It's gross. There's condoms everywhere. You know how it is. Bachelor.
Oh my gosh. Are you inviting me over? This is embarrassing.
I mean, they're already used, but we can recycle, I guess. Can you imagine? What would you do? What if you met your dream guy, hottest guy you could possibly imagine?
Brad Pitt.
He was like, we got to reuse a condom that I used the other night.
I would be like, oh my God, are you Leonardo DiCaprio? You care for the earth. I would be on the fucking bow of the ship, the bow of his dick, like, hold me, Jack.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
You thought it, bro. You thought it. You brought this to the table.
Oh, it was a test. You tested positive for something. Oh my God.
I just had such a funny thought.
What?
Because it's no secret that you should be my husband, but I'm gonna write a movie where you have to fake make out with me and fake fuck me.
This sounds great. Is it SAG ULB?
Yeah, we'll make it union. We'll make it union.
$125 a day. I could definitely do that. Yeah. For sure. 100%.
So you're kind of like an escort, but not. You're getting paid for your job. It's like you're an escort and an actor. So I don't know if there's a legal issue in that.
I don't.
But you're not really having sex, so I think we're okay.
I'm all about the art. So like, I'll fuck you for like copy, credit, and meal. Like I would do it for that. Just something to put on the reel, Something to show my.
Oh my God. You really are so fucking fun to talk to. I have a bunch of questions from fans.
Fire. Oh God, this is probably never good. When you posted the link last night, everything, I imagine 90% of them were like, where does he get his work done?
Do you want me to vet them, or do you want to just respond? I knew you would.
All go through.
I knew you would, and you can respond however you want, obviously.
I like being humbled within the first 30 minutes of waking up. It's how I love to start my day.
Same. All things plant-based. This isn't going to go well.
No.
Okay, no, I take it back. When did you realize you were funny, and when did you decide to monetize it?
Oh, I realized I was funny. I was a kid, like 11 or something like that. I mean, I was always like, class clown, getting in trouble in school. but it made my friends and family laugh all the time. But at that time, I didn't know it was like a profession. So I mean, I guess I decided to monetize it when I found out what stand up was when I was like 14, and then at like 15, I decided to try it, and then by 16, I was already like traveling to other cities to do shows and stuff. So I mean,
That's
it
so
happened.
wild. How did I not know you were so young doing? It's like you were Pete Davidson before Pete Davidson was Pete Davidson.
I
What
did
year
start
was this?
actually. I did start before him. I think he's a year and a half older than me, and he started. No, yeah, I think he started when he was
Very similar time frame.
15 or 17. Yeah, something like that. Like I started just before him, I believe. But he got to start in fucking New York, which would have been amazing. I just had like the Columbus Funny Bone on Wednesdays after school.
That'll take you 20 more years.
Oh my God. Well, the good thing about it is there's a very low ceiling in Ohio. It's like you're ready to leave about a year in.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice though because a lot of like larger city open mics and stuff. Like you go to LA or New York, whatever. It's what 4 audience members in a room full of comics. Like it's absolutely terrible. I can't imagine anybody grows that way. But for us, it was a bringer open mic at the Columbus Funny Bone. So you'd have audience members who just bought tickets or whatever, but you had to bring 5 people. So my grandpa used to take me to the open mics, and he would just buy 5 tickets.
Oh.
So the club thinks there's 5 people there for me, but really, he just bought 5 tickets for me. And they're like $5 tickets, but still.
Is he still alive?
Yeah. He's great. I just saw him for the holidays and everything.
Did he raise you?
I'd say so, because we talked about like I don't have a dad or anything, so he's pretty much my father figure. He's probably why I have the sense of humor and skill set that I do have, because I used to spend every weekend with him when I was a kid, like up until like 15 years old, and we would just like every weekend that I would come over, he would have bought like 6 DVDs, and they would always be like Adam Sandler movies or David Spade, Rob Schneider, Jim Carrey, like just like really
classics,
raunchy but like really fucking funny classics, and we would just watch those all weekend, and I was always repeat the lines and all this kind of stuff and acting out my favorite scenes, and he also has a super filthy sense of humor as well, so he's definitely.
How old is your grandpa?
He's 67.
Perfect.
Right up your alley.
Is he rich?
No.
Ooh, gross. No
I know.
To him.
Old and poor, disgusting.
Old and poor, pick a lane. Pick
what
one.
What are you holding on to? I just fucking die.
Metamucil and Insurers. Just kick your own bucket. Jesus. At that point, if you're not rich by 60, you haven't lived right.
Oh, he has not lived right. Is
he at least thick? Is he thick?
No.
I'm so sorry. I'm sure he's a good man. Not thick old men. It's my new thing. I think you'll appreciate this. It's not my new thing. It's been my thing, but I've just figured out what it is. It's rich and thick singles. I call them rats.
Rich and thick single. How thick are we talking though? Like, do you
not
like what?
No, I'm not. No offense to anybody struggling with their weight. Not obesity thick. Just like like lumberjack thick. Like a guy who like strongest man in the world thick, like just
gotcha.
big guy.
No, he's like a relatively skinny dude, but he works construction, so like he's got like that old man.
There's a point. That's good. Yeah, that's
like
kind of hot.
Fucking cement bricks all day, and
see, thin men like like old school men, even though they're thin, if they're old school and they're doing like real backbreaking work, they're strong from within.
Absolutely.
They got that like
their
internal
bones
strength.
Are strong. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
they pull all.
That's awesome.
From the taint. Yeah,
from their taint. Is that what you said?
The very core of their body. Yeah,
it's like a very, very. It's their root. It's the root chakras in the taint, I believe.
Oh God, it sounds awful.
No, okay, next question.
Oh, never mind. Okay, thank God. Okay.
What were you gonna say? No, I love the never minds. Okay.
I was gonna say I've never seen my grandpa's dick ever.
Congratulations. I saw my dad's a handful of times at the end, and it was jarring.
Oh, I wouldn't want to see it at the end. I want to see like peak.
Yeah, I know. Like such a good point. No, I saw it it was like a sickly situation, a sickly dickly.
Sickly dickly. That is horrendous.
He's lucky that he was a good dad. He's lucky he loved me his whole life.
Wow.
I would have been like, get a nurse, bro.
Jesus Christ. How was
Love your daughters.
Was he a grower or a shower?
Well, I considering I never saw my dad's heart on, I'm gonna say he was. I wanted to congratulate him. He was, yeah. And I'm not, my dad, yeah, it was a thing.
Even on soft. Even
on soft, even in the elderly years, even being very sick, I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. And then I was like, whoa. Like, okay, if I were a boy, I would, if he had me and I was a son, I'd be cleaning house. House.
That's my biggest fear now. Now, when I do get old, I'm going to need to be very rich because if people see my old, soft, sick dick, people are going to be like, wow, where is his legacy gone? I've lost all respect. Even if I'm dating a girl now, like she's not seeing me on soft. It's a thing. It's everybody I date. I'm like, no, you're not seeing
old,
it right now.
Soft, sick dick. Hi, Dr. Seuss.
It's the name of my next special. Old soft sick dick. Old soft sick dick.
I want co-writing credit on that.
You got it. You can have it.
And you can hire me as your director, and I'll show up. I'll show up early at your house at 8 a.m. with a coffee and a clean condom.
Just fluffing me up. It's your big day. It's your big day.
Okay. The Bipolar Express 1234.
That's a great name, by the way.
Great name. The Bipolar Express. That needs to be a podcast. That's amazing.
How has nobody made that movie yet?
How has nobody made that movie? That's a great point. It's also a really great. The original movie is awesome. We watch it every Christmas.
It's so long. That'd be great though. It starts out on like a happy family vacation, and like 20 minutes in, he's like complaining about why he ever got married and he should be in the fucking Bahamas with his other family.
Screaming at the kids how he never loved them, and then ordering them an ice cream.
Exactly.
Like, what's going on?
By the end, they're good again.
Yeah, they're fine. Everyone's happy. Yeah, it starts off happy, ends happy, and then it's just a whole roller coaster of emotions.
Roller coaster. All right, what else?
The Bipolar Express 1234 asks, "Would you ever date a fan?"
Yeah.
Have you?
I would. No. Not really. Never anybody that was like, oh my God, I'm such a fan of you and now I want to date you. I think I've dated girls who, thankfully
knew who you were.
Maybe knew who I was, but I was going to say like became a fan, I suppose. Like, it's obviously important. You want somebody who is crazy supportive of you and you hope they believe in you as much as you believe in you and want to support you as much as you support you. So I've had pretty good luck with that. But yeah, I've never went out of my way to be like, I've never like found somebody in my comment section and been like, oh yeah, this is the one. Gotta snatch her up. Did you really?
Yeah, my last relationship was 3 years long with a fan.
How did he hit you up?
And by the way, everyone listening, this is not like an entry sweepstakes.
Everyone just raffling in names.
One and done, y'all. Learned.
What was how did you guys, was he at a show? Did he hit you up online? What happened?
He would send me DMs and send me funny stuff all the time and just was kind of in my periphery for a while. And he was funny. And I was like, oh, okay. They always say like the quickest way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And I do believe the quickest way to a woman's heart is through laughter. And maybe I'm just projecting, but it indicates a level of intelligence for me.
Yeah, and you either immediately have that personality connection or you don't. Like if they can make you laugh, you go, all right, well, sense of humor is such a big part of any relationship, romantic or otherwise. Like you have to be able to joke about the same stuff.
That's a good point.
Comedy shows are like the perfect date in the beginning of a relationship because you need to know, like, okay, where does this person stand on this subject or this subject? Can I joke about these things around this person? Are we going to have the same opinions about things? I think it's wonderful. Imagine dating somebody for 6 months and you're like, another school shooting, huh? And there's like, how dare you? That'd be a terrible joke, but you know what I mean.
No, but you got to take it there. You need to know where their base is.
You need to know. Like I always, on a first date, I always want to figure out where the person is, like PC wise and like progression wise, but you can't straight up be like, how do you feel about trans people? You gotta like weave it in there. Like, did you watch Chappelle's special? Like, you gotta like figure out what they thought about that.
Yeah, yeah. It's a really good point. No, you're right. The comedy club is a great like barometric pressure of what your comedy stylings are, and people probably should figure that shit out early on.
Absolutely. Whenever
because
I meet a girl
you do
who
this,
like, loves comedy, I'm like, perfect. Who do you like and who you don't like?
Yeah. I think it's a good way to understand what their values are. And like you said, you don't want to get 6 months in to dating someone and then finding out that they fucking suck.
Absolutely.
Which is more often than not. And I don't know, I don't do this anymore, but like when I was younger, I would sort of like mold, and you start to like adjust yourself to their vibe. For the sake of just having someone around. There's no part of me that does that anymore, but that can happen for a lot of people. And it falls into like what you were saying, like 6 months you're doing this and then you find out, oh, we're not compatible at all.
Absolutely. Like I have a very dark sense of humor. So like I'm making really shady fucking jokes all the time. And also in a relationship, I like a lot of like playful back and forth. Like I like being able to roast you, and I love for you to be able to roast me. Like, like if you come in the room, you're like, how do these jeans look? It's funny to me to be like, those, like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of like, of course you look fucking great.
Yeah.
But it's funny to
it's fun to take the piss out of people.
Oh yeah, it is. Of course. But then if they're like, why would you say that? You're like, oh, no, bitch, come on. No. No. I didn't mean it like that. I don't want to have to explain myself that I'm fucking kidding, So
my cousin and I do that shit to each other all the time. Like we were at a flea market on shrooms, same day as me singing Shallow 4 times in my car. That's how the night ended. The day started with us on shrooms at a flea market, the Melrose Trading Post. Oh, where am I from? Canada?
Yeah, who the fuck am I talking to?
Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah, you're so schizophrenic.
The Melrose Trading Post, huh? How you doing, eh? And I picked out this shirt. I'm like, isn't this shirt cute? And she's like, yeah, if you're trying to pick someone up at a New York State fair. And I was like, solid point. 1 point for you.
I love that. But
it's so fun.
I've dated girls that like, they kind of get it in the beginning. And like, that's just consistently, I'm like that with all of my friends. Like all of my friends roast fucking constantly, even when you want the most genuine feedback. They just can't.
That's when it's the funniest, though. That's when it's the funniest.
Of course. And I've had girls be like, okay, like, sometimes I do want you to like say like the actual real answer or whatever. I'm like, I know, but like that's kind of fucking gay, like I don't want to.
You already know what it is.
You already know what it is. Like, but do you love me? It's like, come on, I love you. And you look great in this. Don't make me fucking say it. That's not fun.
I've been waiting so long to hear that.
You recorded it and you fucking just, it's your ringtone.
It's going to be how I wake up. Like, is that Matt Rife saying he loves you? I'm like, yes. Please don't tell anybody, but tell everyone.
All the compliments I
earned. Next question. Sarah 98921 DDDDDDD. Are you ready for this question?
That's a lot of D's in there. Okay.
Well, I think it brings her to her question. Will you marry her? I think she wants you to put all your D's in her, and that's why she put the D's in her name.
Oh, even the S's and the T's? STDs.
Yep, I got it.
No.
Oh, wow.
I can't.
He's considering it.
I can't, because I'm shallow and looks matter, and I have no idea. Oh no, what did I do? No, don't cry. Don't cry. Bring it up. Bring up the lyrics. I want to see it. Don't miss a fucking chord.
Sarah, you're lonely. Sorry. Not that you're lonely, but he's leaving you at the altar. You better alter yourself.
I
get it. We just got done telling you, Sarah, we don't date fans anymore. Sarah Bear.
Yeah. Also, I'm tired. I hate that we live in a world where we pretend like looks don't matter. They fucking do. And
They
it's
fucking matter. We got to
they
be I got to want
do.
to rip your clothes off.
Absolutely. I've dated it's so hard. And that's why it's so hard to find like the right person. Because I've dated girls who I'm like, personality wise, we're fucking 10 out of 10. Like we
Right.
just click on everything. But then it's like, but I don't want to rip your clothes off.
Yeah.
And you do need that, at least in the beginning of a relationship.
You do. And then I think a lot of people teeter on trying to get either one of those things. Like they're either trying to figure out the personality or they're hoping the chemistry will come around. They hope the person comes around or they hope the chemistry comes around and then they just want to come around everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's sort of.
I think it's based on whatever you dated last. Like if you dated a hot person, but their personality sucked, you're like, all right, looks aren't everything. I need more than that. And then you'll go date somebody who's less attractive, but they're really fucking funny. And you're like, yeah, but like, I'm going to cheat on you. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that brings us to this.
Like, get my dick hard funny, you know?
Yeah, that's important. That's definitely very, very important.
Yeah.
Shame Brain 0513. This is going to be a doozy. I'm just going to ask you. Why did he show off his last relationship with the super plastic surgery girl so much? Who's that? And why are you so rude, Shame Brain? Maybe your name gave us an indication of what the question was going to be like.
You know what's awful about this is she had some person who would like consistently make like fake accounts and like send me all of this like shit that like I assume isn't even fucking real in the first place. All these accounts, it's like it follows two people, me and her, and they're just like posting all this like random shit. And every time you block them, they create a new account.
It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
They would always say shit like this, and I truthfully have no fucking idea what they talk about.
We have no comment because you're a dick. That's your response.
How insane is that people do
how?
That? Somebody is sitting around going, I'm gonna make a fake email and a fake social media account to try to like hurt somebody's feelings. That's insane. This is why it's nuts that you can't tell somebody to kill themselves online. The idea that everyone should continue to keep living is insane. There's no
considering our carbon footprint as human beings, there's too many of us on Earth.
There's
from a scientific level
with opinions and agendas.
And you know what's crazy is for me, like I don't read through all of my stuff. I don't have the time, obviously, but also like what I've noticed is, I guess my point is, what I've noticed is when you give attention to this sort of level of toxicity and negativity, then more often than not, this has been my experience, they respond with, oh, hey, I'm a big fan.
Oh, yeah. I've had that happen plenty of times.
Oh, you're a big fan?
Mm-hmm.
This is how you show you're a fan?
That happened literally, I think if it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. Somebody commented under a picture and was like, said similar shit to this. They were like, oh, you were so much more handsome before you had all your work done on your face. And other than my teeth, I've never had any work done on my face.
You know what I would have said? You're just mad because I'm not going to work your face. Bye. Right?
Fuck.
Keep it in the arsenal.
Wouldn't
it be so great? You know what I wish for you? In most men is if, you know how you can put like you roll up a little piece of paper and you can put it in a bottle, like a message in a bottle, and you put it in the ocean and maybe somebody will find it years later. I wish for you in this moment that you could roll up a little insult and stick it in your dick hole and then invite this person over and then you jerk off onto their face and it like bangs and it's the message.
That's brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Why have guys not done that more? Why haven't we just packed our shit like a fucking musket
full of insults?
And it's like the little cartoon gun where it goes bang and a little insult comes out.
Yeah. It's an insult. Genius. It's insult for your dick. Dick insults. Yep. Dick insults.
Little insult cannons.
Yes, 100%.
A thing.
Let's see. There's two of the same questions.
Okay.
This person asked it twice. Maya Alina, is Matt dating Charlie Jordan?
Holy shit. Yeah, people are insane online. No, we're just hanging out, just really good friends.
That's totally fine. That's totally fine. I'll find her and I will hunt her down. No, I'm just kidding.
No, she's super fucking sweet. You'd like her, which I know you don't like hearing.
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I mean, the last girl you brought around, I'm like, she's fucking fantastic. That last girl, the cute blonde, I was like, oh, I love her. I want to date her myself.
I brought my girlfriend to a show that Jessimae was on, and I was like so excited to introduce the two of them because I love Jessie and I was really liking this girl, and I was like, oh, their personalities are gonna click so well. And I introduced her, and Jessie was like, hello, kiss it, kiss it. And then she'd be like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. And then she would come in and give me a hug and be like, I wish nothing but the worst for you. You were so
really
toxic.
do that?
So toxic.
Did I really do
You know he sent me a dick pic, right? this dick planting little seeds of insecurity in her head. You're such a fuckboy. Evil.
Yo, I've never laughed this hard on this podcast ever. Yo, I just laughed out of my asshole.
Oh my God.
You called me a fuckboy. Look, if that's not the pot calling the kettle a fuckboy, I don't know what is. Okay.
Okay, fair. But you know what? Since this breakup, it does feel like, because I was very excited about this relationship and it was going very, very well, very early. So I was very excied about it. And it's
the
like
one that I despised when I met her. No,
this is a different one. This is a different girl.
Okay.
She was great as well. And but it's like as soon as you break up, you can only be sad for so long before you're like, you know what? I'm back for the streets. And this is why fuckboys get a bad rap all the time. It's not always because they're shitty people. It's because behind every fuckboy is a man who once loved too much at the wrong time.
Wow. Excuse me, fucking Maya Angelou. You dropping these prolific bombs. I think they're... What was this? This?
Just a very profound moment, and I'm proud of that. It's from the biblical.
A little prolific shoulder shrug.
Yeah, just dropping some religious knowledge from the biblical book of fuckery, chapter Matthew.
That's fucking funny. You need to remember that. You need to remember what you just said. This is perfect for the stage. In the biblical book of fuckery. I suggest you get that name and you start writing that book because that is so fucking funny. I would buy that book. That's a coffee table book.
I wanted to write a bit about the same kind of premise, and just like, because when I started dating this person, I'm a relationship person. I like being in relationships, and like monogamously too. I love having like one person.
I love how you say that like it's such a shock.
But it is the
world we're in. It is. No, I get it, because let's be real. A truer statement has never been told, especially in this generation. A man is only as good as his options, or man is only as faithful as his options.
Ooh.
I forget who said it, but someone famous said that. It's a quote, and you're right. It is a big deal if you're into monogamy.
Absolutely, and especially if you fucking look like I do. Nobody ever believes you just want to fuck one person.
I know, and honestly,
really
and the other thing that's got to be frustrating. And the next question will be the last one out of this because everyone else is just ridiculous. I'm looking through and I'm like, okay,
it's all hate.
It's not all hate. It's just it's a little homogenous, we'll say.
Great.
How do you feel about? Because I feel like a lot of people are so inquisitive about your dating life, and obviously because of the caliber of women you've dated and it being public and all of that adds into the public knowing about it. But how does it make you feel like to have people talk about it so much?
It's a really good question. I don't mind it so much because I mean, there's a level of insecurity of it in my part. Like I've never dated this sounds so minuscule, but for some reason I do feel some type of way about it. I've never dated somebody that's ever wanted to like post about me. Like I've never dated somebody that they were like, I want to post a picture like this is my handsome boyfriend who I love so much, or whatever it may be, like a happy relationship, like a proud type post. So I definitely have like an insecurity about me that's like, I want somebody who feels like when they're with me that, you know, they have something to be proud of. And so like little things like that, when people are inquisitive about it, if I'm dating somebody that I'm happy with, I'm proud to talk about them. I'm proud to talk about how happy we are, how happy this person makes me, and how happy I make them, hopefully. I like that. That's fun, to talk about how happy you are with somebody. But at the same time, it's like, you know, you get trolls online like that last person who just care too fucking much. And at a certain point, you're like, okay, I kind of don't care. Why do you care so much about it? And there's so many people who, if they see you happy, they want to do everything they can to make you not happy, which is also fucking insane. So it's kind of like, you know, it's weird to have people care, but at the same time, it's a little bit nice, I suppose. If it was up
like
to me,
catch-22.
Yeah. Like I don't give a fuck about social media. I would love to be so famous and successful that I would never had to have a single social media platform and my name alone sells out anything I want to do. That would be the dream. I would delete all of it in a heartbeat. But the fact that we have to have it, if it's something that makes me happy, then I have no problem talking about it or sharing about it. As long as the person I'm with feels the same way, obviously. Like I wouldn't talk about something they wouldn't want me to talk about.
Well, this might come as a surprise, but like when we get off, you're going to see I already posted us together. I just wanted the world to know that I care.
What did you post? What do we have? Did we have a photo together?
It was just us together, and I just wanted people to know that we're happy, and I'm so proud of you. And it's
Is it us in the bath?
Hopefully, Jesus.
At that La Quinta in Indiana that we stayed in together.
The Red Roof Inn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last question. And I think this one, it definitely is in the zeitgeist of dating, but I still think it's a question that I'm intrigued about. And I think other people are intrigued about because of what you said, how you look, and people assume that you're a fuckboy. And you use that a lot in your act. Same person who wanted to know who you were dating wants to know. Maya Alina asks, what do you look for in a partner?
Okay. This is another good question. And this should have been a red flag with the last girl I was dating. Because I mentioned this to her a couple of times and she never believed me. She never believed me to a point where I was like, I feel like you're projecting how this is going to go. She would ask me, what do you want in a relationship? And it's just emotional stability. If you think about it, like,
what do you mean by that?
So for you and I, our entire life pretty much is our work, right? For the most part, I would say. So in our work is the most inconsistent, unreliable profession in the fucking world. We could literally, you and I could never, somehow it would be possible for you and I, we never get booked for another show for as long as we fucking live. Everyone could just decide we don't want to book them anymore. You're not going to get to a next level. You're not going to get put on this TV show. We don't want to book you at these venues anymore. We just don't think it works out. There's no security whatsoever. So that's my professional life. So for my personal life, I would like as much stability and feeling of safety as possible. That's why I have the friends that I do. Like all of my friends, I'm always in a good mood around them. Like they make it impossible for me to feel upset or depressed or whatever it may be. So in a relationship, I want that to feel like my safety net. Like I want that to feel like my home that I can come to, where it's just like I don't have to worry about is this person going to leave me? Do they love me? Do they care about me? Are they going to want to hear about my day if I've had a rough day or whatever? Like I want that to feel as safe as possible in a relationship. I just want to feel chill.
That's healthy though. That's very healthy.
And every time she would go, oh, but doesn't that seem like kind of boring? Like from past relationships that you talked about, I guess it sounds like you like a little bit of chaos. I'd be like, no, I know it keeps happening, but I don't fucking want it at all.
Because nobody believes you. You're literally like,
exactly.
Can we stop with the chaos?
Yes.
Like, yeah, but you want a little fire. Here's a little fire for you.
No, I want I don't know if this will sound wrong, but like I want a very boring relationship.
Oh my God, Matt, I've been saying the same thing. I'm not saying we're perfect for each other, but I was stoned on the couch a few days ago, and I was honestly, being completely vulnerable, I was worried. I was like, man, I don't know, because I really want a boring relationship. Like, I just want, like, is it interesting enough that I just want to be boring together?
Yeah.
Like, I don't, it's the equivalent of if somebody comes to visit you from out of town and you live in a city that's a tourist destination like LA, San Francisco, New York, whatever. They want to be shown the shit.
Yep.
I want the opposite of that in a relationship. Like, I don't need to go spelunking. We don't got to go jet setting. I don't need to be on your yacht. I want to sit on the couch and have you rub my feet and put food in my mouth.
Completely agree. Don't get me wrong.
But I'll do all the other stuff too.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
That'll be my boyfriend on the weekends.
Oh my God, it's fuckboy. Fuckboy.
You call me a fuckboy. It was a callback to you calling me a fuckboy.
I don't know. I think you're just being the real you, and I love bringing that out of you on your own platform. You're canceled emotionally. You're canceled emotionally. I love going to do all of that fun stuff. Like, let's go fucking rock climbing or for a hike or whatever it may be. Occasionally.
Occasionally.
But for the most part, yes, I just want to come home. We order some fucking dinner together. Let's smoke weed and like watch a movie. That's
right. Like decompress. Like, I think everything's moving and has moved so fast. In the past 10 years, the acceleration of existence has sped up to an astronomical rate. We don't even realize how fast we're spinning and oscillating in this existence.
Absolutely.
And it's causing a lot of burnout. It's causing a lot of depression. It's causing a lot of people to feel helpless. And I think a real solution, and this is something that my friend Leo Flowers would say to me years ago, would be to slow the fuck down. He actually would say to me, Peluso, you need to sit the fuck down. And there's in that simple gesture and that simple move and that simple act of like sitting down, whatever that means to somebody, whether it's taking a nap or reading a book, it provides and creates so much space in your mental process, in your heart, in your soul. Like, slowing down in those moments is where you really find answers to your own questions that come up often.
Absolutely.
And solutions to the turmoil that you experience on a cyclical level.
Yeah, 100%.
So I can understand that, especially for you and I. Our careers, like you said, are very fickle, and we're in a hamster wheel, and it's not, we're our own boss. So there's a lot of responsibility that comes with keeping the machine going. And I can understand where you would want that. It's not like an opposite. It's just tapping into your reserve a little bit more.
100%. You have to find those moments. I was literally thinking about this last night. I mean, there's obviously different scales to it, whether you're talking about slow things down with your relationship, like take things easy and build, which is what I always have a problem with. It's like, if I enjoy hanging out with you in the beginning of our dating, I want to see you every day because I have fun with you. Why wouldn't I want to see you all the time? But that's not always the healthiest. You have to have those moments to, like, sometimes you need to slow play things in a relationship to really take your time to see the full picture rather than just dive straight in. Or on the smaller scale stuff, last night it was like 2:30 in the morning. Smoking weed, and I'm like just doing meticulous things around the house. I'm like, I'm booking flights for shows in like fucking June or whatever. Just meticulous little things, doing a little bit of writing, things that I can't get myself to do in the daytime because, again, we're doing a million things. Life is speeding by so fucking fast that we don't have the time to like literally just take the time to just kind of be in your own space and just have your thoughts.
Right,
like,
do nothing.
Alone with your exactly. And I was like, why?
Boredom is a commodity, man.
Oh, absolutely. I was like, why am I up till 4:00 in the morning? Why do I get the most done between like 10 p.m. and 4 in the morning? And I go, oh, it's because the world is asleep. It's just me. This is the most calm time for me. Well, it's just up to me to think about whatever I want and do whatever I want and just slow the fuck down and chill.
It's important to do that. It's important to realize that that whole mindset of sleep when you're dead doesn't really have a place, for me anyways, in the overall picture of being productive. When I have gotten a full night's sleep, when I have taken half an afternoon to be just stoned on the couch and thinking with not being on my device, like I think of the best things. Like when I'm not thinking is when I do all the thinking.
Absolutely. There's no pressure.
And to not feel guilty about that. Right.
Yeah.
There's no pressure. And to not feel guilty about creating space for yourself to just be. And, you know, so I can understand the attractiveness of having a person who is that space for you and having like, you know, like a safe haven, which is a really good movie. I think it's with, what's her name? Josh Duhamel and fucking Julianne Hough.
I think I
you know Safe Haven.
I think I have seen this.
Oh yeah, she escapes to a small town because her husband was abusive.
Yeah,
he was a cop, and she couldn't say anything. Yeah, she's on a fucking bus.
I saw this in theaters. Wow, I'm a fuck.
I did too.
Wow, we just sat up at the same time. We're so in love. Oh my god.
This is what I've been trying to tell you. I don't know why it's taking you so long to realize this. Jesus.
You know why your podcast is such good therapy? Because it's making me reflect on so much. So many people ask me, usually on first dates, is like, you know, if they know I like older women, they'll always ask why, obviously. Especially if I date somebody around my own age. Like, why would you want to date somebody who's 40? And I talk about it a little bit on stage now. Because I can't be with somebody who's also on their journey. It's just too much. I think the appeal of an older woman is like, you know, you already.
That's funny. You do this on stage? That's fucking funny.
I talk about the premise. Yeah. It's like we both can't be like wheels turning 100% of the time. And you're doing this and I'm doing this. It's like the appeal of an older woman, a lot to me, is the calmness and stability. You already have your hoe phase out of your life. You're not out of the club. You're not going 100 miles per hour sleep when I'm dead mentality for your job, most likely. You're already probably established in whatever it is that you do. So for me, it's like you're chill. And I can come to you to just be like, oh, this is nice. I don't have to hear about, not that I don't care about any of your problems or whatever. It's like, it feels like you have less on your plate than I have.
Yes.
And that is very calming. Well,
come on over. I do go to the club, but it's Sam's.
No, you're so toxic. That should be attractive. There's no way. We're both equally depressed. There's no way I could deal with that. We're just exchanging.
Wait, how am I toxic? What is toxic about me?
It's not a literal trait. It's more of an energy. It just feels like you'd watch me sleep. You're the level of toxic that like you would try to see my dick on soft while I'm asleep. Like you're that level of toxic. It's not that I think you would like hurt my feelings. It's just I couldn't trust you like that.
You know what? And you would you're the level of toxic where you would set up a camera trapping me to see your soft dick while you sleep. And you'd also set up lighting so I wouldn't know that there was lighting set up, but it was just set up enough so that I could see your soft dick. And you'd lay in such that you have the blanket and the sheet. I just see the tip of your dick and I'm like, I need to see more. Like you're not showing me enough to see it all, but you know, I'm curious enough that I'll have to pull the sheet back. And then just as I pull the sheet back, you've got the automated flash and it takes a picture of me just over looking at your soft dick and you post that.
Like a hunting camera.
And you post that.
You know when they catch like a mountain lion, like mid.
Yeah.
Your eyes are fucking reflecting in the night vision camera.
I'm like the Sasquatch video walking by in the background. You fucking asshole.
But now it's a whole toxic thing of like, how dare you set me up to get caught? Well, it's like, well, if I wouldn't have set you up, you would have just been doing it anyways. And now it's a whole thing. Neither of us trusted each other.
I'm on TMZ. Next thing you know, I'm on TMZ. I'm a crotch watcher on TMZ. Jessimae's a crotch watcher. Yeah, the Squatch crotch watcher.
Finding soft crotch. That's the name of our show. Just searching for all the best soft dicks in the world.
Finding soft crotch. I'm crying. Oh my God. We
Travel
need a
Channel, here we
toxic
come.
podcast. We need a podcast that's called like Sexual Tension or something, where we just tell why the other person's the more toxic one in this scenario.
Oh, I love it. And then we bring every guest we bring on. At the end of it, we go, all right, who's the more toxic person in this relationship?
Who do you want to fuck?
Who do you want to fuck? Who's gonna hurt your feelings?
Yeah. Who do you want to fuck? Who's gonna hurt your feelings, and who do you want to have a relationship with? Who do you just want to fuck, and who do you want to have a relationship with?
That's
because we're constantly in battle of you're the toxic one, you're not good enough to be in the relationship, but
I want to fuck you.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So fucking good.
You're amazing. Every time. Well, I mean, I don't know. Have you done it prior? We did an episode in quarantine. Was it the first time you were on my podcast?
Yeah.
Well, we are getting a studio, so it's been remote until then. But when I get a studio, I do want to have you back, and we can be in person and deal with our sexual tension then. But until that point, tell everybody what you got going on, where they can find your special, what do you have coming up, and any road dates you have.
Yeah, the special is on YouTube for free right now. It's called Matt Rife OnlyFans.
Such a great title.
Thank you. And it was kind of like it's a two-purpose title. Obviously, like the marketing aspect of it is great. You can hashtag everything OnlyFans. It drives a lot of traffic to it.
So smart.
Thank you. And anytime somebody Googles, does Matt Rife have an OnlyFans? That's going to come up.
Dude, I didn't even think of that. The SEO on that. It's so fucking intelligent.
Thank you.
Good for you.
At the same time, it's kind of a special for the fans, by the fans, because like they helped fucking produce it. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't have happened at the level that it did without them. And I put it out there not because I thought Netflix was going to want to pick it up and I was going to become this huge star from this special, but because I realized I had some epiphany of a moment beginning of last year that I was like, I don't have many stand-up fans because I don't put out clips. I don't put out little YouTube videos and stuff like that. So I was like, I want to put something out for the people who do know me for comedy, but want more and can't come to live shows every the dates that I do have. So I did it like for them, and they kind of make it happen. So it's only for the fans or whatever. Anyways, Matt Rife OnlyFans on YouTube. Go check that out. Social media is just all Matt Rife. It's all the names on here. Perfect. And right now I am. I'm touring a lot. I'm working on my next hour. I want to film my next special next January. I don't know what city yet, but I'm like 60% done so far.
That's awesome.
I'm really excited about it. And if they come see me on the road, it's I'm not recycling any material. I'm doing all new shit. So if you watch the special, don't feel like you can't come see me live. And
you got to buy your ticket. You got to buy your ticket, motherfuckers.
You got to buy a ticket so that I know you're going to fucking be there. I'm gonna be in this month, March. I'm just basically around LA a lot, which I did it on purpose. I've been on the road nonstop since fucking Christmas. I haven't been in LA for a single weekend. So March, I'm pretty much all in LA. April, I'm in New Orleans the weekend of the 16th. The following weekend, I am in, which is what, the 22nd, 23rd, something like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm in Richmond, Virginia, and then May, I'm filming a movie in New Mexico, and then in June, I'm all over the place. I'm in Philadelphia, Jacksonville, St. Louis, Chicago, Indianapolis, and then
the Vegas, no sleep tour.
Yes, oh my God, my insomnia is at an all-time fucking high.
Especially on the road, it's the worst.
Oh, different time zones, and people don't realize like sometimes if you have 2-3 shows a night, we're not getting off stage until like midnight. And then you have to and
then our adrenaline and
the adrenaline is so
hungry.
You're hungry.
I don't eat before I go on. I'm always starving afterwards. And you're in all the mattresses are different, which to me is the hardest part of being on the road.
For me. Oh my God. Sometimes you get the pillows where dust. You fall into the pillow. It's too soft. Sometimes it's too hard. It's awful.
You got to bring your own pillowcase.
Really?
That changed the game for me. I bring my own pillowcase, and I don't put my face on those pillows anymore.
Fuck.
And sometimes I'll even lay a towel underneath. I'll put like the pillowcase on, or to put the towel and then put the pillowcase on. So there's like an extra layer, even though the towel's kind of gross, but then there's some separation.
Oh, you're gonna make me be such a germaphobe. I don't like thinking about.
It's not even like a germaphobe for me. It's like I want to get the best sleep I can get, and anything I can add, any accoutrements that I can bring that aren't like take up a lot of space in my suitcase, I'm gonna do. You know.
Interesting.
Yeah, try it. And I have my name on the pillowcase too, just to remind the bitches what they're dealing with.
So the maids don't come in and rub their fucking pussy all over your pillowcase. So,
yeah, don't.
Pillow. Let me not do that.
Yeah, don't you try and mark this territory. Well, it sounds like you're busy as fuck, and that's awesome. And I'm going to be gone in March, so it'll give you time to miss me.
You know I do.
Thank you so much for. I'm going to be. I'm going to New York. Where am I going? What day is it? I'm going to be in New York City, bringing my niece and nephew to see Harry Potter on Broadway, which I can't wait.
You're so canceled.
I am? Why am I canceled?
You know Harry Potter's canceled, right?
What?
Do you not read up on anything with J.K. Rowling?
From before, because she said some comments about, was it like a transgender comment? She said, I remember exactly.
Basically, she was saying like, trans women aren't the exact same as real women. It's an amazing rabbit hole to go down if you ever just get bored and want to.
I do remember that. Yeah.
But let me know how it is. I'm very excited to hear.
I will. I'm excited because my sister and I'm like, listen, it was my idea, and I forget how influential I am with my family, and I'm like, look, the kids are young. They're at that age where they start to create memories, and core memories are important. So why don't we create a core memory and go to New York City, show them the city, and we can go on Broadway. Elliot, my nephew, Harry Potter is his favorite thing. And then my sister's like, I don't know. And I'm like, Harry Potter on Broadway on edibles with us? Think about that.
That would actually be so much fun.
I'm like, the next day she had tickets.
I don't know how it is.
I will. I'll let you know. It's supposed to be amazing. And then there's a Michael Jackson show on Broadway that Dean Edwards and Dion Cole told him. Dion Cole went 2 or 3 times. It's so good.
Damn.
I know. You're a fan of Michael Jackson, aren't you?
Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Who the fuck doesn't? Who actively doesn't like Michael Jackson? I'd love to meet that person.
People who are mad about everything, but I mean, you can't deny the talent. You got to separate.
Right. I forgot about all that.
I can let R. Kelly go. Like, R. Kelly's music's great and fun, but I don't need to hang on to him. I'm
well aware it's a problematic thing to say, but I can separate somebody's like talent from them being a horrible person if it's true. Easily. I don't know why, but it's super easy for me to distinguish between that.
Because you're also schizophrenic. It's because you've got borderline personality disorder. It's because you're 2 different people. You're Dr. Jekyll and Mr. I don't give a fuck Hyde. That's why. Look, if you're gonna call me toxic, I'm throwing daggers through the StreamYard.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Soft Crotch.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hide my dick. Hide my soft dick.
And that's why you're not allowed to see it. Because
you're rude. You're rude. You're really rude. You're so rude. You are stingy with your dick, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it.
Gotta earn it.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna go and do some studying and think about ways I can do that.
You're gonna go on Pornhub right now, aren't you?
Well, I love you so much. This was hilarious.
I love you. It was so nice to see you.
It's so nice to see you too. And I appreciate you making time. I'll put in the show notes for anybody listening if they want to be able to find the special and all the things that he mentioned where you can find him and his tour and everything. But thank you so much, Rife. The soft Rife knife merch will be available on his website soon. It's basically the same thing as like where you send in a picture of your pet and they make a pillow out of it.
Oh my God.
Matt's got his soft dick. It's a soft snuggly pillow that you sleep.
I'm making it into one of those, those little beanie pillows that like kind of conform to however you move it, but it's the shape of my dick.
It's a pressure ball.
Oh no. Oh, it's exactly what it looks like on soft. Fuck. Like someone just squeezed the shit out of one of them. It kind of just comes heavy out of both ends.
Oh God. That's it. I'm stopping this podcast because we're going to keep talking because you're in denial. Bye.